Right, so hello. This is like all the homeworks from a unit one, stage one of the class. It's just that I wanted to do individual videos, but I really think it will be better to just have like a really mashed all in one video, because in the end we're just gonna talk about the exact same concepts in this video. Which are the concepts? Variable statements. Okay, we are talking about variable statements, if statement, variable statements. Oh my god, variable and data, if statements, and switch statements. So those are the three homeworks. I'm gonna start from the variables and data, which is the most simple one of them. This is the most simple thing that we have. There is different types of variables that you can have, and basically to each variable you can assign some data that you can then use into it. So we have three here to prove. We have the int that is assessed to age. You have a string that it's mostly just to assign for names at all, and the bold that is just to see if something is true or something is false. Int is for numbers, not for age. I said it wrong, but it's fine. Fine. How it looks in the program is simple. It will just look. You will like write it down into the little if as soon as it's load up. There you go. It's waiting, loading. Get a second. Get a second. Get a second. Why is it not writing? I feel so betrayed. Wait, what? Okay, I asked him to write each of them. It should be writing each of them, and it's not. Why? That's a good question. Alright, try again. There you go. I don't know what happened, but there you go. My computer is slow, I guess. Okay, but that's basically how it works. As you can see, we have false because that's what I put first. Then we have a sword because that's what I put second. H, that's what I put third. We have right line code. Those are the ones that are here. And a read line basically just reads everything that is on top of it. You need to put this in the bottom because if you don't, it won't work. And I learned that one from the bad way. But that's basically variables. It's simple, so it's easy. Each of them basically have a function for our code. That's it. And each of them just takes one specific piece of data. So you can use it in the future. You can use the data for, I don't know, names, running text, making sure that something is true or something is false, things like that. But that's the simple part. Now, number two, we have if statement. And that's something that is right here. So if a statement, it works simple. It's just to make sure that something is true or not. If something is either greater than something or is in lower than something, it also helps. But in most of it, it's just like math. When you use if, it's only if like conditional. That's how we call it. So it helps you out to identify if something is successfully accomplishing something, then you will get a response. That is this one. If you saw that it isn't accomplishing that something that is supposed to, it will send you another response. So it's if the statement is true, here is the response. If the statement is false, here is the second response. So I put a string, an input. This is for something else. This is just to show that it's just to get an input from the person that it is getting it. In this case, a player. and I was testing it with the hello because it wasn't working, but it's working, so now we can put
Come on, think.
welcome to the shop. Are you selling your weapon? What type of weapon is that? Like something simple. Weapon is dead. I don't know how to text. Here we go. So that's something simple, something easy, and what is gonna happen is that it will show you this first, then it will ask the person that is in control to put an input. If the input it is the object that you have, in this case it's a sword, like you can see right here. If the person put that is a sword, this will just send you, this is in fact a sword, perfect. No, but if you don't put sword and you put something else, it will just tell you are you sure, because that doesn't look like it. So, does it work? Let's see. A second. Okay, welcome to the shop. Are you selling are you showing a weapon? What type of weapon is it? We're gonna put that it is a sword. This is in fact a sword. Perfect. And let's skip it. However, what will happen if we don't put that it is a sword? We're just gonna put that is a mace. You sure? Because it doesn't look like it. I'm so sure. Yes. And I just keep that. But that's basically how it works. So you put two variables to see if it is possibly like true or if it's false. You can also use that. You can change the input to a true or false if it's a sword or if it's not false. But that's for another thing. And lastly, we have the switch. So switch is like a if statement, but more that if this is right, the other one, if this is right, I will give you a solution, and if it's wrong, I will give you another solution. This is more of a if you give me one of these answers, I will give you a specific answer. So we're gonna use the same inputs, the same input for the person to tell me the exact same thing. And here we're gonna pretend we're in a danger, in a dungeon, yeah. And it's telling me how old are we. So what's gonna happen? The switch will basically look into all these things. The cases are the possible answers that you can have if the age, this is variable, is the case number. So you have the case of a 5-year-old, the case of a 24, the case, and in the end we have the default. This is a different one, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna start with 5, so you guys will understand what's going on. So run that. Alright, so welcome to the dungeon. Before you enter it, how old are you? We're gonna put 5-year-old. You're 5 years old? Yes, I am, and that will be it. But what will happen if instead of putting 5, we put 24? Yeah, well, when we're gonna put it, how old are you? I'm gonna put 24. It's gonna tell me that you're 24 years old. Perfect, that's the other answer. However, what will happen if in this little variable we don't have either 5 or 24? It will instantly go to the default answer. Yeah, that just you don't know. Yeah, and this one will be crazy if I can do this. No, okay, no. That blocks it. But I can do this right there. So it's easy to understand. This is like a mental text. So in this case, instead of putting 24, we're gonna put just 10. There you go. All right. So we have 10, and we're gonna run it again. And we're gonna do before entering, tell me how old are you. You're gonna put 10 for example, and you will just get that you don't know. And that's it. It's basically the same as if, but you can put way more like stuff in here. We can actually even put another case for the 10. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna put case brackets. Then have, I don't know what happened with brackets because they just went out completely. Come on. Okay. This is name. Go. There we go. We're gonna write here case 10. We're gonna put the name and we're gonna put some dots here so they know exactly what we're talking about. We'll put console, right line. We're gonna put you are 10 years old, and then we're gonna put another integration. We're gonna close this parenthesis with a little semicolon. I cannot do a semicolon, there is a semicolon. And we're gonna put a break. So what it is a break for? The break helps to know that this command's over. So this case is over. When you put 10, it will just tell you this, and that's the end of the case. It won't do anything else. That's what break is. So what will happen now that we have 10, we have case. When we put 10 in here, it will tell you are you 10 years old, and that's it. That's basically everything that the switch works for. You can use it for more things than just like typical answers, but mostly we can use it for I'll guess monetary, like for knowing how much money do you have, or to see how much food do you have in the game, if you need more food, how hungry are you, or well, things like that. That's basically it. Those are the three cases. Like I said before, these are just variables. Each variable have a different function, and each one can put different things. Integral, it will be just to put a number. String will be to put a name. A ball will determine if it's true or false. That's it. Yeah. The if statement right here will work just to say if something is right, if something is true, or something is not. If it's true, it will give you an answer. If it's not true, it will give you another answer. Simple as that. And the last one will be, is a switch one, which basically will just give you a list of things that you can respond if the things are what they're saying. So in this case, if the age is 5, it will give you an answer. If the age is 24, it will give you an answer. If the age is 10, it will give you an answer. And if it's none of them, it will just give you another answer. That's basically how it works. And I think that's very much it. I don't think I'm missing anything. If you have commentaries or if you don't hear me, just let me know.